Hey guys, this is Tim. We are now live and we're going to be talking with our GCPD trio. And we're going to let people filter in, and there we go. So how is everyone tonight? We've just been rolling quick, and here's Chris. Chris is with me here, and we're super excited for our live tonight.
Looks like we got Tim and we got David.
Awesome. Okay, we've got some people in the house. Let me see if I can add them. All right. Hey Vince, how's it going? All right. Have to make sure that. Hey, there's Tim.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. It's good to see you.
Good to see you guys. You've been a little busy.
A little busy.
But hey, the campaign.
Jump over there real quick, but yeah.
The campaign is already doing fantastic. Which
right, guys. I mean, we are. Let me show you guys. We're pushing 30% here. So, guys, I mean, we only need like a few more donors to hit. I don't want to call you donors.
friends.
We need a few more warriors.
A
few more warriors.
Yes.
With us.
Warriors.
Yeah. Let's get a couple more warriors in there, and we'll hit 30% tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, if we make the pledge, I mean, anyone, we're their family. That's what they are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was really important to us. I've seen a lot of other campaigns, put their screen credit levels up really high. So it's like $200. And you get a screen credit. Like, well, no.
Yeah,
you get a screen credit at every single level. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Good, wonderful. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you, my friend. You're looking good, man.
So are you.
Hanging in it. Love seeing your art, man. I keep an eye on it all the time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But
I'm not very good at posting stuff on social media. I gotta get better at it.
It's all right. I mean, like, mostly it's like just about like, stuff I'm working on and pictures of my son. Anything beyond that, and like
I've seen that.
Being admiring of like what other people are doing, and it's nice that like being back to work. I mean, now with the SAG strike that kind of again, but like no, I mean, still able to audition, still out and hopeful that that this is going to be resolved quickly, but it's quite a huge undertaking, and of course for a very, very important reason. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, Tim, Chris, how you guys feeling with everything? Like, of course.
I'm blown away, man.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by the love, the support, the dedication of not just our team, but the people that are keeping up with us. And like you said, Tim, these are our team members as well. You guys, we can't do this film without your involvement, without your partnership, and it's so amazing to have a dedicated group like this.
This is a fan film, right? And that means not only that it's made with by fans, us, but made by fans like everybody who backs it, who supports us, and it's made for them. So it's a fan film in every sense of it.
Well, and the one thing that, and I think you and Chris touched upon it in one of your previous videos, is that this is a story about a character that people have been curious about. Like, origin stories are really, really in fashion right now. And the fact that with this character of Stephanie, there's a lot of information that some know and some do not know. And so to be able to do this in this way, the possibilities are endless to just bring, you know, people who have been fans of the Batman story for ages, and to bring new fans into the mix. So it's a win-win, really.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Carolina.
Carolina.
Hi, guys.
Look at you.
Hello.
It's all sunny where you're at.
I know.
Where are
I'm
you?
trying to find a good spot, but it's hot.
Are you hanging out at the beach or something?
I've been outside a lot. The pool. It's been so nice out.
Oh my God. I'll be right over.
Here we are, the three of us stuck in the Midwest, and you're like, it's too sunny out here.
I mean, but I love the sun. I was stuck inside for a while, so I just like, I see it differently. I used to hate the sun.
Oh.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm so excited about tonight's conversation. Hi, Marouche. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yes.
We're here with our GCPD trio. Let's do some quick self-introductions, starting with Timothy.
Sure. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Timothy J. Cox. I am based in Dayton, Ohio. And in The Girl in the Mask, I play Commissioner James Gordon, and I am honored. I'm honored to play that. You know, usually I think without this there you can see the mustache, but currently I have the scruffy beard. But Kevin Porter, you know, would compliment many times on my mustache. So,
Carolina.
I'm Carolina. I play Detective Renee Montoya, and I don't really know what to say about her. So she's special. She's special.
Dave.
My name's David Bergquist. I played the part of Detective Harvey Bullock. I'm from Chicagoland. And yeah, I had a blast doing that film. It was so much fun. Working with these guys, both of them, it was an absolute blast. Loved it. It was on.
It's amazing working with you too, David.
yeah, love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Miss it. Can't wait.
Especially the
to get back and do it
behind the
again.
scenes stuff that we did. What's that?
Can't wait to get back and do it again.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Well, I mean, we had so much fun doing not only doing the filming, but just joking around and having a good time afterwards on the side. And yeah, I mean,
I still
what
have
a blast.
videos that I haven't shared.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I don't know. You didn't take a lot of pictures and videos.
Are these incriminating videos, or are they?
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. Yeah, a couple of them could be
beautiful-
dangerous.
That was the beautiful thing about when we were filming. There's a scene that we were filming in a warehouse, like just a warehouse.
Yeah.
That this would be a production designer's dream, like to have this
Yeah.
location. And without even really having like a discussion, the three of us we found that, I don't know, you know, there was, I always say, like, you know, when you're doing a scene and, like, you know, you're working with actors, that we felt them, there was like, it's very musical in a way.
Mhm.
And without even having a discussion, there was like, we just like got each other's rhythms and energy.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing. And no, I mean.
Well, I mean, it did. You broke up some of the quirkiness in the very beginning when you tripped over that.
Did I trip like 2 or 3 times? Yeah.
You tripped twice.
That was
tripped
day
twice.
one,
Yeah.
too, I think.
Yeah. So in the very beginning, that was the first time we started working together.
You know, I'm the commissioner, and I'm walking in, and I'm turning into a Jerry Lewis, you know, tripping everywhere, you know.
Yeah, but it was great. And it was hilarious. And it happened twice. And so the awkwardness of just starting to work together.
Yeah.
And then you trip and we're laughing and yeah.
But no, I mean, it's
That was good.
yeah. After my Jerry Lewis cameo, I finally got it right to walk.
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
But
Yeah, that really broke the ice for me. I was
Yeah.
good after that.
Besides coffee, right? Besides the coffee.
And the coffee. The coffee, too.
well, when you can do that, when you can be relaxed and comfortable with people, because it's always awkward in the beginning, like, you know,
Yeah.
you know, actors, you know, and everybody, but I think everyone brought such a positive attitude, good humor, and were genuinely interested in playing these characters and bringing them to life, and doing all of the fun homework kind of stuff that, like, the actor stuff, like intentions and objectives, which were all very, very clear. I mean, I remember there's a scene which was featured in the wonderful trailer that you guys cut together of Carolina, of you walking through the hall on your way to my office. And I don't know how many takes you guys did of there was an actor that you bumped into, or who bumped into you.
Yeah.
And
Kevin.
It was a number of times, but like you were just like the train coming through. And he I think after every time that you did it, he would look at me like, "Did I do it okay?" I'm like, "He did great, man." It's like, I was like, "She's intense." I'm like, yeah, but like,
that's
but
funny,
best,
for me, in my head, it was so hard for me to keep a straight face when I bumped into him. So I'm glad that didn't show.
No, and like just the energy of like being around Kevin, and I only met Adrianna very, very briefly, and then meeting the other members of the crew, and Chris and Tim, your wonderful family, and just that's what it really was. It was a very, very family like feeling. Like everybody was very kind, very gentle, and we've all worked on sets where that is not always the norm. I mean, so this will always be like, I will always remember that. I mean, the experience, of course, of doing that and playing Commissioner Gordon and working with these wonderful actors, but always remember like just the kindness and the good humor.
Yeah. There was a lot of good humor. Of good humor.
Yeah.
And it was, it was really fun to watch you guys come together for the first time, because it was interesting to me from a directorial standpoint to see three people that don't know each other, had never met before, and then you come together and we're just laughing and joking, and
you look like you've been in the same police department for years.
Yeah. And it was the chemistry there was just so cool. To see like they look like they know each other from like way back when.
I think we had 1 or 2 Zoom meetings, I think, before we came out, because I always like that, because I mean, it can be awkward, when you're, and also just there's the excitement and the anticipation of meeting your fellow artist, and like going through the scenes, and like discussing the characters and all of that. And like
I think it was just one meeting.
I
want to say it was just one.
I think we had one.
Yeah, I think it was just one meeting.
And then I know Tim, you set up one with you three, if I recall. And I mean that wasn't even something that we scheduled on our end. That was just something that Tim decided, hey, we gotta get
super last minute.
Yeah, and that, I think,
but still,
that kind of dedication to the craft and to preparing for getting on set and everything is like something that we love.
Yeah. There was one question here I wanted to answer real quick. How April, I think she's a friend of yours, Tim. April asked us, how do we watch the film? April, it's not out quite yet. We're crowdfunding we're in our crowdfunding period for the film, for Act 1, and it's going well. It's going really well. I was going to show people, guys. Let's see here. We're hitting almost 30% of our goal.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Guys, like we only need a few more warriors with us maybe even just one more warrior.
Yeah,
depending on what level to hit 30%. And we've got some really,
just 2 days in.
We're just 2 days in. We've got some really, really fun perks. This one has been, let's see, where's our t-shirt? This level has been a really, really popular one where you get both the t-shirts. We've got 5 of those claimed.
Beautiful.
Nice.
But the really, really neat thing is our highest level, we've already got an associate producer. with
Thank
us.
you.
And,
Wow.
and we've got an
Wow.
Excellent Avenger with us, and we've got another
Avenger 4.
an Avenger 4. So like even the higher level ones, people are jumping in on these, and the perks are a lot of fun. I want these perks. I can't. So we put these perks together because we put perks together that we would enjoy.
Yeah.
And we figured, hey, if these are things that we would really enjoy, I think other fans would enjoy them as well.
Yeah.
But how did you guys settle into your characters? What were some of the sort of inspirations that pulled you into the part?
Carolina, Dave,
Who
you
wants
guys?
to go first? I think for me, a lot of it was, I mean, I watched, the Birds of Prey movie first, and that was not nearly enough. I knew that. And I tried the Googling and the Wikipedia and just looking up photos to kind of get a vibe from her, because you don't see many portrayals of her. And I think the best thing that I did was that I just started reading the comic books. That was the best. I wish I would have started with that, because if I would have, it would have saved me a lot of time.
It'd be more fun too, right?
Huh?
It'd be more fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd already seen the Birds of Prey movie, but I'd never focused on Montoya. So when I did, there wasn't much substance. And I really wanted to dig to kind of know where to go with the character in terms of her personality, and maybe stuff that go beyond her personality that you might see in her eyes, but not in her character yet. So that was, I've never had so much fun researching a character before, though. Usually it's pretty cut and dry, and this was a lot of fun.
That's great. Dave.
Well, I binge watched Gotham.
Yes.
I was already familiar with different Detective Harvey Bullock characters. I was already familiar with them. But I'll be honest with you, I really like the David Harbour character from Chief Jim Hopper from Stranger Things. I really liked him a lot, and because he's this broken man, loses his family, and in particular his daughter, so he's broken, and you see that he did such a great job in Stranger Things. And so I guess I would say that I tried to mimic him a little bit, if that makes sense. So I love
Stranger Things. I'm a huge Stranger Things fan.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next season. Of course, they're slowed down because of the strike, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, but there's so many different Harvey Bullock characters. I mean, I'm going way back in time with old Batman films that I've watched over the years, and so yeah, I guess I have a lot of them in mind. But yeah, I guess the Detective Jim Hopper character would be my favorite.
That's great one, great one. Tim.
All right, Commissioner.
I mean, when I got when you guys made the offer, I was like, wow, because, of course I grew up watching, the old Neil Hamilton, and Pat Hingle and all of the actors, just because I admired them as actors, but never thinking them in terms of the character. The thing, I looked at the panels of the comic books too, just to get a look of for Gordon, because in the comic books and in the animated series, there's a lot of different looks for the character, and I just saw a lot of panels that oh, okay, that kind of because a lot of different body types. But really, at the end of the day, I went with the script. And I just got a sense that this Gordon is he's exhausted. He's a little more, he's still a very dogged detective, but he's exhausted. It's like crime never stops in Gotham. My God. and that was kind of like, you know, he's a lot more, I really wanted to show like there's like a little bit of like the exhaustion. And I think like just focusing on like, not really, I mean, it's hard to get like those other performances out of your head because of course the actors who played them are so iconic, but
Yeah.
the key was to try to make the Gordon that I saw on the page, and the Gordon I saw on the page was just this very dogged detective, but like kind of exhausted, and he depends on his detectives to kind of keep the fire within him. And the wonderful thing that's about Gordon is that he kind of is energized by by Montoya and Bullock, who are completely different as far as approaches. You know, I mean, I would describe like Harvey Bullock as kind of like a Frank Serpico, like a cop of the streets, like, you know, a real kind of, like, you know, I just aged myself. I just said Frank Serpico, sorry. Anyone, 1973, Al Pacino, great movie, but also a true story.
Yeah.
But, you know, Frank's like, Bullock could get things from the street that Gordon may not be able to, or Montoya may not be able to, like, so, and Montoya she's got that fire, that energy that like he had when he was you know, a younger cop, a younger detective. And so he kind of feeds off them, you know, but he's very subtle about it. He doesn't like he doesn't show a lot of emotion, I don't think.
Yeah, I think the animated series was a huge inspiration for all of these characters.
Oh yeah.
Especially Montoya, since I mean that's where she was introduced. So, you know, as the animated series being the first introduction of this character, we're like, we got to be true to Montoya as Montoya. And I think you're right. Like, to me, Montoya is a very, like, she's a mirror image of what Gordon would have been as a younger
15, 20 years ago.
Maybe even 30 years ago. She's a younger cop, you know, but she's also a little more experienced as a detective, but you know, but nothing like Bullock, who is like, you know,
I've seen it all.
Yeah, but would you also agree though with Detective Montoya, what she illustrated was a sense of hope, and Commissioner Gordon and myself were like, we're done. You know what? That's why I drink at 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm on this, you know, on the crime scene. I'm drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm done with this, you know.
It's true.
I'm out of coffee.
That's very true. Like, you know, Gordon at the crime scene, you know, he's there. He's, you know, like doing the job, but also there is like a little bit of like, not another one, but like, you know, Montoya especially is the one that's like lights the fire.
Yeah,
I think that's
let's do this.
The three of them really complement each other. I mean, I loved the scenes in the warehouse, and also the scenes, you know, in Gordon's office, like you know, just it's like little subtle, like little wonderful, like little character things that
little tiny things
that really kind of say so much about the characters and how they interact, and just and that's a credit to it's a credit to the writing. It's a credit to the writing, and also just to you know, it felt very real. It felt very honest, like the relationships, and like and I think that's what we strived for, an authenticity.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I think it's really cool that three characters whose personalities can be so different, and yet they get along so well in their own ways.
Well, they're united in their desire for the, you know, justice and for peace, so that, you know, us and the citizens of Gotham City could walk down the street without being terrorized. And I mean, we may have different methods, but like And whereas anyone else would like probably be a little hesitant about having someone like, you know, a Harvey Bullock who's a little rougher around the edges,
Yeah.
Gordon loves him because he wants that. He needs that other, that, you know, the ear on the street, you know, he needs that because, like I said, you know, Bullock gets into places that Gordon and Montoya probably couldn't get into just because, you know,
He's Bullock.
we don't play the game, and he's Bullock.
So we've got a question here from Bryce. Bryce asks, for the GCPD trio, what would you like to see your characters do that hasn't been shot yet?
Without spoilers.
Without spoilers.
Oh man. Man.
I want more action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A little
definitely.
more of like the intensity, a little more intensity instead of, I guess, I mean, I love the slow moments, you know, the detective slow parts, but like a little more of like those intense moments. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got.
Yeah. I don't want to give anything away, but there were some scenes that we shot that I don't want to give them away, but I can't wait to see them. But they were a blast. But yeah, it's more action. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but yes, more action. There was some stuff that we shot that was what a blast.
Yeah.
It was.
And
we did do an action scene. Yeah.
What's that?
We did do an action scene.
I love,
Yeah.
you know, with Gordon, you know, being, you know, kind of more exhausted and kind of, you know, you kind of wonder if there was like something in there where he kind of does weigh, is all of this really worth it? Like that internal struggle of like, you know, you always love to see characters that are, you know, battling this internal, you know, God, like, why am I doing this? Is it all worth it? And, you know, that's always like the psychology of a character, and like all of that is just really, really fascinating. And the funny thing is, and the good thing is that some of that doesn't even need to be done with dialogue. Some of that can be done in a look. And you know, you watch, you know, when Gene Hackman was making movies, he could say all of that with a look, and that is like, and all of that says like so much, like, you know, and it's kind of like, you know, the hair, like, you know, being a little muscled, you know, the tie always kind of being undone, you know, I mean, like, you know, all of those kinds of like things you could see that, but I always love it when a character, you always see the darkness of the character. You know, cause
the depth,
like, because I think audiences can connect to that more on a personal level. Like, oh, like, you know, Commissioner Gordon or Montoya or Harvey Bullock, they're relatable. Like they're the everymen of the series, you know, in a way.
So there's a scene that I'm looking forward to with the GCPD, and this Holden asked. It was way up there. I'm not going to be able to find it, but he asked something about Kevin Porter's Batman being able to interact with you guys, and we've written a scene, and it's a future part. It's in a future act, but it's going to be the three of you on the rooftop with the GCPD talking to Batman. So yes, Batman gets to interact with our trio here, and I'm looking forward to that because that's going to be a fun scene. So yeah.
Me too.
Well, that'll be cool, just because, you know, I mean, to work with Kevin, of course, who's fantastic, and he looks fantastic in the part. And I mean, of course, he's played the part, what, how many times at this point? I mean,
oh gosh, I don't even know.
Yeah.
He said
for 25 years.
And
he was officially, you know, for Warner Brothers. He was officially
like an appearance.
An appearance Batman. Like he would go around doing appearances as Batman. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I had no idea who Kevin Porter was until after we like were filming and talking, and then I like looked him up. I didn't even know that first day. And like you would never think it either, and I'm sure that everybody can agree, like he gave me the biggest hug. Like you would never think you know, that he was,
Yeah.
you know, a more known actor in the industry. It was awesome.
We went out to breakfast, you know, Kevin, Tim, and I, and we just, you know, sitting and chatting around. And of course, you know, it gets to the inevitable conversation. I'm like, all right, Kevin, who's aside from yourself, who's the best Batman? And you know, and just, you know, talking about actors and stuff like that. And no, I mean,
he was very impressed with your depth of knowledge with all of the different actors.
Well, like, very down to earth, very nice guy. Like, you meet him, like, you know, you just like you know, hug. I mean, you know, just no, just, and of course you get on set and, like, you know, he keeps it very light and very fun, and but when that time comes, like, he's ready to really just fire in. And
Yeah.
no, to have a scene with him as the Cape Crusader will be awesome.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he first showed up at the studio? Do you guys remember when Kevin Porter first showed up at the studio?
Yeah.
He just, because I knew who he was, and I've seen some films that he was in and whatnot. But he pulls up in front of the studio. I knew he was a big guy, but he starts getting out of the car, and he just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he shakes your hand, and you're thinking to yourself, I hope I get my hand back, man. This is one big dude.
I think
I didn't even see him get out of the car because I was too busy spilling my coffee on Tim at the airport.
Oh, well.
That was so good. I was like, okay.
I felt so bad. I don't even know how it happened, honestly.
And I was wearing white too.
Yeah.
I was wearing white.
Yep.
Thankfully, it didn't hit any of my white.
Yeah. No, just my sweatpants.
But I would have been honored. You know, if I had a stain from that, I'd be like, Carolina made that.
I think Dave's the only one that has seen Kevin in the suit of you three.
In person, that's right.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about that?
Well, when I saw him, well, he's on the roof. We're all on the roof, if you remember. But there's this area, there's like this brick wall you're on the roof, and there's like this section on the roof where there's this brick wall. I know that section, that wall is about 8 feet tall. And with the Batman suit on, he was just underneath it. So I got photos. I don't think, Tim, I don't know if I shared them with you. I still got photos on my cell phone because, oh yeah, I do have photos on my cell phone of you standing next to him, and you look like
We're like hobbits.
Yeah, exactly. You guys look like hobbits standing next to Gandalf. You know, it was just, yeah. He was one big dude. And then to top it all off, I felt a little weird because he's like, we're filming and filming and filming and filming. We get done and we go to his green room, and he's trying to take off the Batman suit, and so I had to help him. But he's like trying to get out of the thing because the thing was so tight on him.
Oh no!
But it's humongous, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a little weird. I'm taking Batman's suit off. I'm helping him take his suit off. Like, this is a little weird, but this doesn't happen every day.
You'll never forget it, though.
No, I won't. No, I won't. But I'm like, I don't think this was in my job description here, helping Batman change his clothes. But still, I mean, you know, again, it was an absolute blast. That filming the stuff on the roof, what a blast! I don't know what I can say about that. There's the scenes up there, the shots. I got a lot. I still have a lot of photographs on my cell phone. I got to share them with you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, what a blast.
So I mean, that leads me into a good question. What were some of the most memorable things about portraying your character, or being on set, or you know, producing with you know, the rest of the cast?
I mean,
What was it?
I think for me, I think I talked about it already once when we had the yellow tape and the cop car and everything, and when we took that picture up front and everything. That was a very, like, I still think about that moment. Anytime somebody asks me about like a staple moment, that's definitely one of them. And then walking through the offices, I guess, when I'm like marching,
You
like on
look
a mission.
so cool.
That was, I
Marching
felt
through that
like
office.
so Montoya there that it was like,
A part of that shot, by the way, is in the trailer.
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
and it looks how I felt, which is what I was hoping for. Those were my
good.
favorite moments.
Me
And then, of
too.
course, Commissioner tripping was a good one, too.
yeah. Do you remember when we're by the garage door, and so there's the dialogue about me drinking in the morning, and then I'm supposed to spit,
Yes. That was
and
you had some good
because there was a woman present, I'm supposed to do this giant spit, and I'm like, there's a woman present, I can't. It's gross. It's disgusting. You guys want me to spit in the crime scene so she can yell at me for spitting on the crime scene. I'm like, there's a woman present. I can't spit. They're like, you're not acting like Detective Harvey Bullock. Jeez, dude.
And it took a few times.
Have another
too.
drink. Try again. That was hilarious. That was fun.
I have to say, there was a moment where Dave was driving and we pulled up, and I got out of the car as Gordon, and I felt the flow of the trench coat and going under the tape. And I remember like just walking through thinking, I'm the man right now. I remember consciously thinking, I said, I can't wait for my wife to see this. My God. But like, it was like cool. But like also there was like in that moment also like, what an incredible responsibility. Like, cause you know, the people who have been following Batman since, you know, going back to the 1930s, you know, back to the comic books. I mean, who know these characters, and if they see a false note, they're going to know, and they're going to let you know too. So there comes a great responsibility, and so that was when. But I remember that moment, and then of course after, you know, tripping twice, and. But yeah. Commissioner Gordon is a klutz.
But he gets the job done.
I mean,
He gets the job done eventually when he can stay on his feet.
Yes.
But we wanted to make sure that everything was safe too. I mean, like, you know, can you talk about the safety on set and some of the things that we did with preparation and so forth?
We did have very, very important, like, you know, handgun training, like, you know, how to, you know, the placement of fingers on the gun and you know, and obviously, you know, when and how to remove, and it was very, very, very helpful and important because, you know, obviously, you know, while nothing was fired or anything like that, still handling, you know, firearms or blanks or anything like that. It's important to, you know, handle that with as much care as possible.
Yeah.
And I think, and I think everybody did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Treating every gun as a real gun.
Absolutely. Even though we weren't using real guns or blanks or anything like that, you know,
we had airsoft.
We had airsoft guns or blowback guns. We would put gas in the magazine and then allow people to, you know, I mean, if it needed to be fired, it would cycle because of the gas.
Yeah.
But we would make sure that it was empty and then also just, you know, we go through. No, we weren't using real guns on set. We would go through. We were using airsoft guns, and we would go through actual training and treat the airsoft guns as if they were real guns. Because to me, absolutely, respect for the tools that the cops use is most important. You know, and the cops would respect these tools too, and to show them handling these tools that
responsibly
and how cops should handle them properly was very, very important to us in storytelling.
Well, you had the one guy who was an awesome guy, the Chicago police officer who was there with us. Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah,
he was helping out with all that.
We had real. Chris Pajowski was one of our extras, and you'll get to see him in a fun scene. And but he's an actual Chicago police officer that said, I'd love to be a part of the thing, so he came out and joined us for a scene, and it was neat.
He's the one that Montoya barked at.
Yeah. It was really.
He's the one that Montoya went off on.
That I call a name.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like you got the two guys there, and there's these two humongous guys, and Montoya walks by. Out of my way. That was great.
Good scene.
I think you have another question
here. In part 1, 2, or 3, is Gordon going to give any signs that he knows Bruce Wayne is Batman? I think that would be a major spoiler if we said yes or no.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to actually directly answer that question. But
good question.
But I will say that I love that idea that he might suspect. You know, throughout the comic books, you know, you have this feeling that Gordon knows Bruce well, you know, and not just Bruce, but like he knows Batman well enough too. So I think, you know, at least as a Gordon fan, I think Gordon knows who Batman is.
I think he does. But I think he respects
absolutely
too much. You know, like he respects. I think Gordon knew Bruce's parents, and I think, you know, he respects the journey. He may not always agree with the methods of how he does things, but he at least respects, you know, and understands why he has to do it.
Yeah.
And I think he respects that. But it's always interesting to explore those kinds of things, because it adds just richness and texture and color to all of the characters when you can dig deep like that. So good question.
Yeah.
So Carolina, I wanted to ask you about your special your special costume piece.
What costume?
So we had a sponsor give us some equipment for the GCPD.
Oh, my gear.
Yeah, some of your gear. And MC Armor, a different Carolina Bielis at MC Armor graciously sent us over some actual level 3A vests, bulletproof vests for our policemen to use. So can you talk about that? Huge shout out to them, by the way. Yeah,
so I wore it. I was a little bit worried because of how heavy it was, but I mean, it looked cool. I was like, I knew I was going to feel like a badass as soon as I put it on, but I was like, this is heavy. And if we're on set all day, like I'm going to be exhausted, like walking around, marching around with this. But as soon as I put it on, it was like so snug, but like comfortable. And it did not feel like, I didn't feel the weight of it, which was really weird. But I also felt really safe. But yeah, it's just so, it's still weird to me. Like, I don't know how they made it, like, it's heavy, because it is heavy. And then you put it on and I could run in it and I'd be totally fine. I mean, I wore it to dinner after, so I could have taken it off.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm good. I'm in Chicago. Right. I'm gonna keep it on.
Yeah, Chris,
you know. So
Chris was like, "You can take it off now."
I know. I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm just, it's fine." I felt so cool too. I was like, I'll sleep in it. It's fine.
Now, if you guys haven't seen Carolina in her vest, this is This is her vest from MC Armor. And so huge shout out to MC Armor. This is an actual
And it is
sleeve.
bulletproof. Like it's got the plate on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's legit bulletproof, up to 44 Magnum. So that actually works. And it's cool because it adds the coolness factor.
Yeah.
To just be, just you, because you put that on, it's like she looks legit. And
it was like
tell,
walking into the bathroom. I was like Carolina, and then like I walked out, and it was like I was a badass. Like it was like literally, it's like Batman putting his like outfit on. Like it completely changes the way that you walk. So I want to wear it again.
All right. We'll make it happen. Yes, that will happen. That will happen for sure.
I want to mention also, like for our listeners out there, of when we were in town, we were only there for what, 2 days? Two days, or
was it 2 or 3?
I think it was 3 days.
But
there were
even
3,
still,
but
2
we
or 3
started
days.
the day that we got there.
Yeah,
stuff.
We accomplished so much in
Oh,
the
yeah.
time that we were there because of the efficiency of the way that Tim and Chris ran the set, which was extraordinary. It was extraordinary watching you guys, because you were so, we knew that, like, the stress and all of that, but it comes with anybody making a movie or a series or anything like that. But you guys just kept your humor, you stayed on, and I was always in awe of how you were able to just keep things going. Literally, probably on about 20 minutes of sleep each for both of you.
Yeah.
No food for Tim.
Yeah, Tim, I don't think I saw you eat until we went out. I think we went out to dinner after, and I think I saw you eat a little bit there, Tim. But
Well, he ate a little bit of the Chipotle because we practically forced it in his mouth.
I saw his wife pull him aside and say, "You have to eat something."
Yeah.
And he kind
always listen.
of pushes it away, and she's like, "No, Tim, you have to eat something."
Yeah. We're putting Tim on the spot tonight.
Hey, I have photo proof that I ate something. Once.
Well, and also, just it really was a family affair, having your parents having your wives involved, and in such major way, having, other family members. I mean, it really was, and it really was a nice coming together, and just, it was nice to be around, and it was easy. I think, like Carolina, to your point, when you put on the vest, like when I put on the jacket and the glasses and all of that, like there's something that happens. Like
it's a shift,
kind of like
right?
You get into a zone. It's like how people used to describe Michael Jordan before a game, like his own teammates would be like, "Don't go near Mike before the game. He's in the zone." And it's kind of like that's what happens when when you really connect with the character and with the other actors and the crew and just the scene and the material. I mean, like I just loved walking around that warehouse.
Yeah.
Because
that was,
and that really was. It didn't get much better than that.
Yeah,
like,
it was perfect.
It really and it added like this great feeling of authenticity to of darkness to the whole thing. It was cool.
Bryce asked another question about Barbara Gordon and Batgirl.
I saw that, yeah.
Any indication of her? Well, I'll put it this way: Batgirl is not in our film. We've really focused the story on Stephanie and telling her origin story and her, giving her a voice, and so you do get to see the other characters, Gordon and all of these other characters, kind of through her perspective and how things go for her, as Spoiler interacts with the GCPD, and as Spoiler interacts with the rest of the Batman, with Batman and Red Robin. Yeah. So that's where our focus is. Batgirl is not in this particular story. I'm a huge Batgirl fan, but not this particular story. Yeah. We would love to put all the things in there, but time and just storytelling, but also
it doesn't always make for the best stories.
Yes.
Everything in it.
Yeah, as evidenced by some of
That being said, there are some things.
There are some things,
that we can't give away,
and that's about all we'll say.
So I got to say how blessed we are to have all three of you on this project, because you're great actors, you are great people to work with, and you all are dedicated and to your character and to your role so much. And I especially have to share the story about Tim's audition.
Yes. Yeah.
That when he sent his audition in,
well, first we were asking
for a different character.
We were trying to find an Arthur Brown. We were trying to find another character.
Yeah.
And we asked Timothy to audition for 2 different parts.
And we watched it, and I said, I think we found our Commissioner Gordon.
Well, yes. At first I was like, I would love to work with Timothy. Just a phenomenal actor. And I was looking at your other stuff. It's just, I want to work with him, but I don't think he fits into into these particular parts. And Chris is like, I think he could be a good Gordon. I was like, yeah.
I remember I kept going over the sides and reading it and doing it. I'm like, there was just something I wasn't clicking, but I kept submitting it, and I thought, well, maybe, so they can see, because I think I did 2 or 3 passes at both parts, different videos. And then, but I knew I would submit it, and I thought, well, I'm going to submit, and I'm probably not going to get it. And then they came back with Commissioner Gordon. I'm like, even better. So
yeah, I could, so when that phone call happened, I was like, so Tim, I don't think this is the right fit for these characters. And you were like, yeah, I know, I feel it too, and it's important for you guys to have the right person in the right role, and I respect that. I'm like, but what if what if you were, I've got another idea. What if you played our Commissioner Gordon?
and
the rest
you lived
is
up
history.
to it.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think that was a possibility. But no, and it's the thing. It's actors stay on it. Just be persistent, because even if you don't get the part that you may have, you can get. If the director sees something, they said, we may not be right for this, but so it's don't just keep going. It's like with anything, just keep going.
Yeah, submit. Your auditions. You got to get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you might even get to audition and somebody finds you on Instagram.
Yeah. So Greg asked another great question here. If I can find it here. It was there. I saw it. Okay. Does the GCPD see Spoiler, I'm guessing Spoiler, her as a vigilante or a hero in your story? Well, I'd like to hear your guys' perspective on that. What do you think as the characters, the people playing these characters?
I mean, I feel like with Montoya, since she is younger, she's very curious about her and doesn't really know yet at this point in time. But I feel like she would see her more as a hero. just because of who she is. And then, you know, further on in her story, I feel like she would see her as more of a hero.
Mm-hmm. I kind of think with Gordon, he's always like looking for information, like, you know, and I think that's what I think he would turn to see if Batman knows anything about. Spoiler, but the last thing Gordon wants is another Joker, another Penguin, another Riddler, another, you know, and like, because it's kind of like, you know, they're reinventing the wheel every time, you know, like all of these rogues gallery of villains come in, but I don't think he knows, like, in the beginning. I think there was a scene, Carolina, that you and I have in the office
Mm-hmm.
where, you know, we're kind of wondering where, like, who this person is. And it's like good old, like, you know, and just really just digging in, doing good old fashioned detective work to try to figure out what side she's on, what her end game is, what her purpose is, what her motivations are. And that's
the exact scene I was thinking about when Tim asked. I was like, well, in this scene, we're kind of trying to like put pieces together and knit it to see what the deal is.
It's kind of like we're the audience, like we're the, you know, kind of wondering, you know, who this character is, and so we're on the same ride that the audience is, and that's kind of exciting, and like it's exciting.
Yeah, I think Detective Harvey Bullock was indifferent to it. He's like, whatever. You know, he just didn't care.
He called her floozy at some point. I think that's
she helps us out, cool. If she doesn't, don't tick me off.
Yeah. And stay out of my way.
Yeah, get out of my way. You're annoying me. She does some good. Great. Cool.
Of course, Bullock doesn't even like Batman that much. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think if I were to answer that question from a writing standpoint, again, we get to see things happen and unfold from Stephanie's point of view. So there's a little bit. I'm not saying that we're always 100% just following Steph. There are scenes that we get to see some of the inner workings of the GCPD a little bit, but
and some other characters.
Yeah, and some other characters. But I would say that Gordon has, like Tim, like you said, he has a respect for what Batman does, and he doesn't want to see another crazy, you know, nut job on the loose. So he's, you know, kind of keeping it close, like he's keeping a close eye on what's going on with this spoiler character, as he refers to her in our teaser. And which, by the way, if you haven't seen our teaser, guys, it's on our Indiegogo page.
It's awesome. Check it out.
You can watch the teaser and you can learn more about our project. You can also learn more about our perks and the things that you can get as a contributor to the project, but really, I mean, what we all get to do as contributors to this project, and we sort of see ourselves as contributors as well, is we get to see the film. You know,
this is the movie that we saw in our heads. I want to see this movie,
and we believe in this. And I know other people believe in this, and our actors, you guys believe in this, and we thank you, cast and crew, and all of the Warriors who are joining us. We thank you for believing in this project. So, but Stephanie's story needs to be told, and her perspective also, you know, we deserve to see it as fans as well. So,
amen to that.
Well, guys, any other questions from the audience? And while we're waiting for that, guys, do you have anything that you want to tell the audience, or I want to say, I keep saying audience. Our viewers and our warriors, because you guys are not just an audience watching us. It's not a passive thing for you guys.
Yeah, your warriors, your family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We appreciate all of the participation that we get from you guys. So.
I'm just so grateful that I got to be a part of the project in the way that I did. And it was like, honestly, way, like, I don't even know what I was expecting, but it was, and it ended up being like one of the best experiences that I've ever had on set, with people that just got along so well. And, you know, everybody just worked well together. It was just so easy and it went by so fast. And so I'm very grateful that I got to be a part of it.
Now, definitely, I feel the same way. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to all of our warriors, our family out there, for your support. Keep that support coming. Spread the word. And yeah, this is the kind of, you know, you always want to make movies, the kind of movies that you would want to see, or the kind of stories that are interesting to you. And this is, you know, this is genuinely interesting, with good characters, great writing, a lot of like wonderful performances, and just yeah, no, I can't wait to get back out there and work with these wonderful people again, and for that to happen, we need all of your help. So family, warriors, help us out.
Yes.
Amen. Can't agree more. And again, working with you guys, wow. I mean, just like Tim mentioned a little while ago, working with you guys, I was beyond impressed with how organized everything was. Everything's laid out. We did A, then B, then C, and just went through everything so quickly and organized. Wow, that was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Very professional. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Thank you. Thank you all for that, and thank you, Warriors, again. I do have one little announcement here that I have to cover. We did make some changes to our early bird perks, and there are early bird perks, in case you guys didn't know. We have our sticker sheet, which is super popular right now. I mean, we've got a few of those claimed, and we also now have our artist on board for that. So I will be making announcements for Peter Dora pretty soon, and you guys get to see some of Peter's artwork. It's awesome. I cannot wait to see what these stickers are going to look like. So we've got a sticker sheet at $30. It is an early bird perk. It is an early bird add-on. So when you make a contribution, that will be unlocked to you. And then after the 8th, that's at Waffle Warrior 1 level, and after the 8th, it's going to disappear, guys. So make sure, and it's limited as well. Make sure you get on that if you're looking at helping us out and joining us. There's also the Early Bird Elite pin set. Right now, you see this number. We've changed that, so now you can get the Early Bird pin set at $45 until next Tuesday. But we also decided to keep it on. So after Tuesday, it's gonna go up to $55, and you'll still be able to get the pin set. But the early bird is the $45, and there was one. Oh yes, we have another live happening tomorrow with our producer, and together with our producer. Ben Olsen is an amazing artist, incredible artist. He works with the Chuck Jones Gallery, and just incredible guy. Go find him on Instagram. He's Ben_Olsen_art, and is just really good. And he is our co-producer, and we're having him on tomorrow. And he has a special surprise for some of the viewers. And we're
We can give something away.
We're gonna give something away. We're gonna give away some Ben Olsen art. So check out Instagram for that. There is going to be an Easter egg hunt, and I'll just let you guys know now, viewers, all you who are watching, there are some Easter eggs in our campaign, hidden little numbers that you have to go sleuthing for. So all the geeks out there, go find these numbers and what they mean, and then we'll figure out a way that you can communicate that to us. Maybe I'll post a story or something like that. But go sleuthing. There are a number of them. I'm gonna announce them tonight, and you guys can find them, and whoever gets them finds all the Easter eggs will get a Ben Olsen art download, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be really, really cool, guys. So guys, anything else to add? Otherwise, I think I've gotten through all I.
Yeah,
guys,
This has been great.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for all your support. Thank you guys for everything.
Absolutely. Thank you, Warriors, for everything that you do.
Thank you.
You guys are crushing it. We're pushing 30% of our entire goal after the third day. So I can't wait to see where this campaign goes. Let's keep pushing it, guys. Keep sharing with your friends and family, and especially those people who love Batman.
And especially those people who love Stephanie Brown,
And
or should know about Stephanie Brown.
Yes, if they're fans of, Black Widow or some of those other female characters, Stephanie Brown's an excellent, Batgirl. We would love to tell them about Stephanie Brown. Yeah. So, thank you all so much. Thank you, Tim, David, Carolina. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, guys.
So great to see you.
Good to see you guys again.
See you guys. See you soon, detectives.
Absolutely.
Amen, brother.
See you guys in Gotham City.
See you then.
Guys.
All right.
Good night.
Have a great
Take care.
night.
Bye, guys.